Capture the flag.
Hey guys, TLD KKX2 here, bringing you guys a gameplay of CTF on Adrift AGL style settings played by TLD Shadow. First off, I'd like to apologize. My voice is not the greatest right now. I'm fighting off a little bit of a weird summer cold, but in the meantime we get to watch Shadow do his thing and strategically play this game, and that's what we're going to talk about. I've actually got two key points that I'd like to discuss and kind of work with you guys on. It's things that are going to help you get better, and Shadow does a really good job at these things this game, and I'd just like to highlight those, and we can watch him while we do it. It's pretty interesting to watch. He does a pretty good job here. So the first key point I'd like to talk about is running the flag. There are kind of guidelines behind running the flag in these competitive style gameplays. Number one is the +2 rule. The +2 rule being that you and your team need to be +2. And by +2, what I mean is if you have 4 players up, they need to only have 2 before you decide to run a flag. If you have 2 players up, they need to have 0 before you decide to run a flag. It's completely pointless to try to run a flag in any other situation like that, due to the fact that you're probably going to get destroyed, and yeah, it's just going to be bad unless you get lucky and you're playing some bad kids that just can't handle you. But anyway, if you've got a competitive gameplay like he does, by the way, real quick point, these are amateur pros he's playing against here, and just thought I'd toss that in there. These guys know what they're doing. They've got plenty of experience with it. Anyway, +2. So we will keep an eye on Shadow and his teammates when they do flag pulls. They're very vigilant about the +2 rule, and it's very important to them just as much as it is to me when I play. So we'll keep an eye on that. The other thing that I'm going to make a point of is going to be what we call the no running with a power weapon. Pretty much explains itself. If you have a power weapon and you and a teammate are in their base, you've got your +2 and you're getting ready to run a flag. Rockets, sniper, railgun, anything like that. And I'm not just talking on Adrift, I'm talking in general. Don't run the flag. Just don't do it. Leave the flag for somebody else to carry. You can, therefore, destroy them, hopefully, if you know what you're doing, their push when they spawn, and you get to keep that weapon available to anybody on the team if you were to die. Whereas flag carriers are usually being chased down by the whole team. And if you get that power weapon, you're going to drop it and they're going to be like, oh look, rockets, it's got, oh my gosh, it's got a full clip, or whatever, you know, whatever you leave for them. So just don't do it. The only time you should do it, really, truthfully, is in desperation at the end of a game where you're down 1 cap and there's 40 seconds left and you just got to go. That's understandable. Mid-game, we call that noob stuff. I mean, just don't do it. So moving forward on that point, we're going to watch Shadow because he's going to be attempting to run power weapons most of this game, which he doesn't have one now, but we're going to keep an eye. They actually just grabbed a flag with 1 down, which, yeah, it does happen, and I understand that, but you'll see why. They shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't, because you're going to die, they're going to get a pull, because they were already in your base, and eventually we keep watching.
Enemy flag down.
Now you got 2 down, they got 4 up. They're actually running, or were running, a flag. Nope, they are running a flag. My mistake. So here we go. They're in attic. You guys dropped 2. You pulled 1 while they had 1 down, and they were in your base. Shadow's going to do everything he can here to stop this cap, which is, I would highly recommend, of course, in any instance that you have that going on. But be smart about it. Try to drag a couple guys down with you if you're going to bum rush their base, because 9 times out of 10, if the flag's coming in to score, they're either all or 3 will be there waiting for you to try to stop them. So I think these guys do a pretty good job. They're cleaning. Of course, these guys are going to spawn. And that's the other thing about this AGL style CTF, guys. There's a 5-second delay after you die before you spawn, and that's pretty obvious. Hopefully everybody knows that. Let's keep an eye on Shadow here now. He's going to grab a sniper, and let's see what he can do. Obviously, you saw at the beginning of the game, he's pretty darn good with it. He knows what he's doing. He is very talented. Quick note, his team, they are running a flag. Shadow is trying to stop the enemy team's push right now. So what he's doing is putting himself in a position where nobody can get to the flag runner without him seeing them and calling them out. Communication is very, very key, because if you don't communicate and the other team's communicating, unless they're horrible, you're gonna lose. It's just gonna happen. But anyway, they do have a tie game here. Things are going pretty well. Shadow is doing a decent job at slaying against this team, which is, like I said before, they're good. They know what they're doing. So let's just keep an eye on a couple things here while we're watching, like the +2 factor. Shadow is pushing what we would call blue attic, which is their attic. Notice how he's red, so their side is blue, and he is in their attic. See if you can get a kill on this guy. There you go, you're one shot, back off. Good idea. Regain your shields. You got 2 teammates coming in. They have 1 down. So we're gonna try to slay before we try to touch a flag, is the key point. That guy's got rockets. Go, Shadow, go. Both your teammates died. Good idea. Get out of there. Wait until you can put together a push. And that's another point to be brought up. Use your teammates' help to make a push. Don't ever be a lone ranger, especially against a team that knows what they're doing, because you just run in and die, run in and die again, run in and die again. Work with your teammates, and again, too, talk to your teammates, like I said before, communication. So they made a push with 3, their teammate got all 3 down, or teammates got all 3 down, so it's nowhere to make a push on that count, but or a pull, I should say, definitely make a push. But they did a good job. They cleaned him up. So now Shadow's got a guy with rockets. He's going to grab sniper. Those are the 2 power weapons on this map with this specific game type. They're going to go into their flag and see nothing. Shadow's going to check. It's 1 and 1. Nothing you can do. Shadow's going to know that guy's going to come big door, so he's going to go, look, big door. Where is this guy? Because we knew that he dropped down bottom mid, and we knew that he was going to go big door. So 2 down, 1 more in the base. Shadow's not going to push it. He's a little weak. Drop down big door, make sure there's nobody there. Let your teammate clean him up, hopefully, which he did. There you go. 2 down again. Hopefully this teammate will grab the flag. Shadow's going to try to stop them from doing anything, any type of push here. And expecting somebody down there. Rockets dropped. Hopefully his teammates get those. Count is 1 down. They're going to probably do another quick pull here. Try to slay 1 more. Yep. There you go, Shadow. Clean them up. And here we go. Time to move. Knock another 1 down. Top mid. Back off. You're weak. I'm sorry for the play-by-play, guys. This is running through my head as I watch these gameplays. It's just, hey, do this, do that, and Shadow does a really good job of reading my mind in this game. So he's going to try to stop that guy from making that push after they've already scored. Now he just doesn't want them to get a counter cap. And what a counter cap is your whole team runs back to your base, covers your flag runner, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You're all dead because their team chased you and basically destroyed you while they were behind you, and you were trying to defend your flag guy and more or less sacrificing anything you could to keep your flag guy alive. So right now you've got a double pull on 1 down. I wouldn't agree with that. I mean, I would agree that if you had bodies over there, which I think Shadow had, or excuse me, Shadow's teammates had 2 guys with them, that's not a bad idea, but +2 guys, stick with it. These guys are going to be bum rushing this flag because right down their big door hallway, and they want to get it. They want to get it on that lift and roll. Obviously it's gone now. 3-second return. Their flag score is right there, and the team went for what we call a counter pull, which counter pull makes it so you cannot score. And that's what Shadow's doing right now, is trying to live. But he's trying to get up there, return that flag, and then capture it, which his teammate just did. Game over.